Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Marini. I'm the brain health coach here at Omnia Health. I often talk to people about stress. That's kind of the one topic that people always seem to have in their lives, whether we're stressed about work, whether we're stressed about relationship. Really anything can feel like stress to our brain. Even if it doesn't feel like a big stressor to other people, it can feel like a stress to us. And what happens is that stress is just a weird thing. Stress isn't something that we can identify. It's not like I can see stress over there, take it and put it in a box. Stress is sort of this weird thing that happens to us and we don't really know how to explain it. What actually happens in the brain is that the brain is perceiving something and it perceives it as a threat. And it's simply just a thought. It could be a thought about not making it to work on time. It could be a thought about forgetting to call Mary back because you promised to call her yesterday. But to the brain, it seems dangerous, which seems a little crazy, right? But the brain has no discernment ability to determine a real threat from simply a thought. So what happens is we go into a stress response. Our body engages in a sympathetic arousal state, meaning a fight and flight response. You've probably heard of that before. Our body shifts, our heart might start to race, our palms might get sweaty, our breath becomes short and shallow. And we sort of go into this, oh goodness, everything is chaotic, everything's panicked in my life. And it's simply caused by a thought. So how do we deal with this? Well, 2 tips that I want to leave you with today to deal with this stress response is number 1, recognizing that you have a stress response, realizing that you're going into this state, stopping and shaking out. Shaking your body really helps dissipate the hormones that get released in a stress response, which are adrenaline and cortisol. And shaking your body, it allows these to slow down. It allows your body to start shifting back into a better state. Then I want to teach you how to breathe. After you shake it out, and go ahead and shake for 20 or 30 seconds, maybe do some jumping jacks if shaking seems a little silly. But then I want you to breathe. And the best way to breathe, perhaps you put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly so that you know where your breath is going. And start breathing down into your belly as opposed to your chest. When we breathe into our chest, it can often keep us in that fight and flight response. So having your breath go down into your belly. And the reason we have our hands here is so that we can actually see which part of our body is rising and falling. Breathing in for a count of 4 and exhaling out for a count of 8. The exhale is the most important part. When our exhale is long and extended like that, we move our body back into a parasympathetic nervous state, also known as rest and digest or rest and recover. It allows our body to calm down. And the breath down into the belly allows for our body to be a remote control for our brain. Usually it's the other way around. The brain is thinking a thought, which then drives a biological response, making our body react, right? Moving us into that sympathetic arousal, changing our heart rate, changing our breath. This way, we're using our body to calm our mind down, for the mind to not freak out anymore because of the way that we're breathing. So remember, in for 4, down into your belly, and a long, slow exhale out for 8. Doing this for a few minutes until you feel calm and collected. Then you can go back out into the world. Your mindset will shift from here. If we're trying to make decisions from a stress response, it's very difficult. So including this shaking and breathing throughout the day is incredibly helpful to keep you grounded and on track. Thank you all for listening to this. I look forward to our next tip. And anytime that you need extra support or you're wanting to have some help with stress or stress mitigation, please reach out to me and we can find some great tools to support you. Take care.